If you're afraid, don't do it. If you're doing it, don't be afraid. I am the punishment of God. If you had not committed great sins, God would not have sent a punishment like me upon you. The merit in action lies in finishing it to the end. Man's greatest joy is to slay his enemy, plunder his riches, ride his steeds, see the tears of his loved ones, and embrace his women. A leader can never be happy until his people are happy. Come and sip from the cup of destruction. Despite all expectations, the time of my last campaign and of my passing is near. I wish to die at home. Let not my end disarm you, and on no account weep for me, lest the enemy be warned of my death. It is not sufficient that I succeed, all others must fail. Violence never settles anything. If lies can show the truth, they can be the truth, they can cause the truth, so I may build an empire on lies, but they are the truth. A person is more work to break his enemies, drive them before him, and of them all, it's to hear the screams of those they loved. Find your chill. A man's greatest moment in life is when his enemy lays vanquished, his village aflame, his herds driven before you, and his weeping wives and daughters are clasped to your breast. An action committed in anger is an action doomed to failure. When my call is high, the obligations of me, too, are heavy, and I fear that my decision may be something they want. The pleasure and joy of man lies in treading down the rebel and conquering the enemy, in tearing him up by the root, in taking from him all that he has. I'm going by the law, so that peace and happiness in the world, there is a hard and fast rule. Happiness lies in conquering one's enemies, in driving them in front of oneself, in taking their property, in savoring their despair, in outraging their wives and daughters. I am from the barbaric north. I wear the same clothing, and eat the same food as the cowherds and horse herders. We make the same sacrifices, and we share our riches. Just as God gave different fingers to the hand, so has he given different ways to men. One arrow alone can be easily broken, but many arrows are indestructible. In the space of 7 years, I have succeeded in accomplishing a great work, and uniting the whole world in one empire. Heaven has appointed me to rule all the nations, for hitherto there has been no order upon the steps. Even when a friend does something you do not like, he continues to be your friend. I will rule them by fixed laws, so that rest and happiness shall prevail in the world. Be of one mind and one faith, that you may conquer your enemies and lead long and happy lives. Conquering the world on horseback is easy, it is dismounting and governing that is hard. Remember, you have no companions but your shadow. All who surrender will be spared, whoever does not surrender, but opposes, with struggle and ascension, shall be annihilated. Perhaps my children will live in stone houses and walled towns, not I. I hate luxury. I exercise moderation. It will be easy to forget your vision and purpose. Once you have fine clothes, fast horses and beautiful women, in which case, you will be no better than a slave, and you will surely lose it. When it was wet, we bore the wet together. When it was cold, we bore the cold together. With heaven's aid, I have conquered for you a huge empire. But my life was too short to achieve the conquest of the world. That task is left for you. People conquered on different sides of the lake should be ruled on different sides of the lake. If unable to abstain from drinking, a man may get drunk 3 times a month. If he does it more than 3 times, he is culpable. If he gets drunk twice a month, it is better. If once a month, this is still more laudable. And if one does not drink at all, what can be better? But where can I find such a man? If such a man were found, he would be worthy of the highest esteem. There is no good in anything until it is finished. The strength of a wall is neither greater nor less than the courage of the men who defend it.